Alright, shalom, shalom. Like you say, all praises due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash, and double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to all you brothers teaching in truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the globe. Alright, this started you off, Jim S. Boston coming back once again, and through the power and spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Hope this is edifying, okay, and to say the least. But as you can see on the screen from CBS News, it says more Americans say they can't pay their bills. Here are the states where it's worst. Okay, and just going on the situation at hand. Bank closing, job losses are going to start ramping up in the summer because things typically they get slow in the summertime on some business fronts, you know. But overall, it's going to get slow everywhere. Okay, pursuant to prophecy. Okay, in the minute of the Lord, we know right where we are in prophecy, making us aware of the time that we're in. All right, and I say all this to say this, all that to say this, right? Is this is a beautiful time. All right, the collapse of Babylon the Great is at hand, and you're gonna start to see people unravel. Already at my job, it's a couple of people unraveling, anyways. You know, about three of them, and their whole mental state is disrupted with you know the ensuing catastrophe that's on its way. Okay, it's more than two or three. It's probably like four that I see through the spirit. You know what I'm saying? When you're looking around, because you know at this point in time, prayers and doing what we do, fasting and praying to Yahweh Bashem and Abishai constantly. We got a discernment of spirits, man, and it's a lot of dead heads walking around this place, Babylon the Great. You don't know which way is up or down. All right, and I'm gonna read a little bit of it, and then I got some scriptures. But it's comforting to see all this happening, and you see who's going to take the chip. You see who's going to be just out there, you know, doing the sound when you play with your lips, with your finger, the crazies. Okay, it says a growing number of Americans say they are struggling to pay their bills, battered by inflation and the loss of federal pandemic aid. Right, and so this is all controlled. Right, when the demic came, or the scam demic came, all right, they put people on the line, so to speak. All right, and that's going to be they're going to be looking for that the next coming catastrophe, but it's not going to be any aid. It's not going to be anything. All right. It says battered by inflation and the loss of federal pandemic aid, about 36% of consumers say it has been somewhat too very difficult for them to pay their usual bills in the last 7 days, according to the Census Bureau most recent household pulse survey. Right, which gathered responses during the first 2 weeks of February that represent 25% increase compared with a year earlier and is higher than even in the earlier months of the pandemic when households were buoyed by expanded unemployment aid and stimulus checks. Okay? So that's how they put you on the line. They put you on the line because gimme, gimme, gimme was the only thing that you had in your head. Okay? Shit, we was out of work for damn near a whole year. Some people were, you know? So it's crazy. And I didn't receive any type of help. I didn't receive anything. I was on I guess you could say just paid leave. you know? So it was rather like getting paid money for not doing anything, but you're able to keep up with your normal bills, okay, with just budgeting. And that's what I did, okay. But then it was people that just, it wasn't no work. They job officially laid them off, and they got all type of bennies for it, which is nothing wrong with that. But what happened, because this is a consumer uh, society, man, they went crazy. Now, things that I noticed, it's mad for sale signs on cars now. I'm talking about in the neighborhood. Why? Because with those checks, people bought shit that they couldn't afford. Okay? They couldn't afford it. And now that the well is going dry, now you're seeing for sale signs on cars. Okay? Theft is going up more. And it's all due to them handing out them $600 checks plus your unemployment check. Okay? It says the health of America consumer is key to the U.S. economy. See, that's the whole reason why they did it, because they knew that that the regular or the herd mentality people would go out there and buy shit that they couldn't afford. Okay, which relies on consumer spending for 70 cents of every dollar in economic activity. Right. So this is how they fake propped up their economy, right? When the scamdemic was going on. Increasingly, however, there are signs that more households are reaching a breaking point, weighed down by grocery prices that have jumped 20% in 2 years and rents that have surged 13. Okay? And really, that's what that money was for. You were supposed to be saving it for this time. Okay? That's exactly what it was for. Um, Consumers are cutting back by trading down to cheaper store brands and even buying less food, said Neil Sanders, managing director of global data, in a research note. Okay, Slocky. Get back in place here. Neil Sanders, managing director of global data, in a research note citing his company's survey of about 2,800 Americans. Inflation is not an enemy that consumers can withstand indefinitely, he noted. Right? And it's something that's going to take down this whole place. Right? Let me get this real quick. 'Cause this is it, man. Gosh, 1 second. Jeremiah 51:9. Salaki brothers. And that's pretty much, the crust of the situation, man. This place would have been held, but it is not. See, people, they didn't use their wits. Instead of buying supplies or something like that, they went out and they went, to help America prop up their economy by buying foolish things, TVs, uh, cars, stuff that they didn't need. Okay, it's Jeremiah 51:9 says, "We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go everyone into his own country, for her judgment reaches on to heaven and is lifted up even to the skies." Right? No, I should have read from 8, but this is the end result. All right, this is what we're about to see. Because although this is just the tip of the iceberg with the economy falling, that's going to bring in the time of Jacob's trouble, right? And when you look at it going down, Isaiah 19:5, right? 15, I mean. It's this right here, negative earning. At the same time, there's Yashmadami. Let's see what that means. A division or contrast between two things that are or are represented as being opposed or entirely different. A rigid dichotomy between science and mysticism. Contrast, difference, polarity, conflict, gulf, chasm. Okay? Division, separation, split, contrariety. Okay? And the economy, right? The job market remains strong with employers continuing to hire, right? Yet while more Americans may have jobs than in the early days of the pandemic, their incomes are keeping up with inflation, eroding the standards of living. Experts point out real earnings have been negative every month since April 2021, noted Evan Lawrence, deputy editor of Grant's Interest Rate Observer. The money they are bringing home each week goes a little less far. Okay? Some Americans are struggling more than others, with a great share of hardship reported in many southern states. Okay? That's because in the southern states, um, and I know because I have a family that lives in the state of Florida, You're gonna work two jobs, man, just to make ends meet because those jobs down there are slick. They don't want to pay health insurance or give you any other benefits. So every job you get down there is a part-time job. Okay. The census data show incomes tends to be lower in those regions, with many workers still earning the federal minimum wage of $7.25 an hour, an hourly rate that hasn't budged since 2009. Yeah, so like I said, this is going to drive people just to stop going the fuck to work. Like, it's going to stop them. Okay? Ecclesiastes, the 12th chapter. Okay? I won't get it. But the grind is going to cease. All right? It's not going to be work for anybody. Coming up. Let's see. I am overwhelmed. Not surprisingly, Americans earning less than $25,000 are struggling the most, with about 64% saying they recently experienced difficulties in paying their recent bills. The census report found, and people who receive food stamps, who typically live in low-income households, are reporting a spike in financial distress, according to Stacy Teller, head of policy and partnership at Propel, which makes an app for food stamp recipients to check their balance. Okay. Food stamp recipients are reporting issues like my credit cards are maxed out, I'm not finding the work I need, my rent is overdue, and I'm hitting the breaking point. Teller said of the company's February survey of its users. She added, "We just here. I am overwhelmed." Okay, because of the SNAP's benefits they cut. Okay, and this is the prices of stuff in the grocery store. $82 for 4 things. Wow. Even some higher income Americans say they are running into problems. Almost 1 in 10 people who earn over 200,000 a year said they experience some or a lot of difficulty in paying the bills, according to the census data. That's because they have acquired $200,000 not of debt, but how can I put it? Like, they put more expenses on themselves because they made over 200,000. You see, instead of buying, I'll just do it in like housing. Instead of just buying a mere house, okay, they ran out and got the biggest house they could find. Okay, now the mortgage is sky high. Okay, or let's say, you know, with the $200,000 a year job, you just got buku credit cards because you make $200,000 a year. Your credit's good, so you use mostly credit to purchase things. Okay, and now you got 16 credit cards that you have to pay. Plus, pay rent, I mean your mortgage, your car note, or your car insurance, and eat. So now it's not panning out. Let me get this real quick, and that'll be it. So it's a lot of things that's moving in the background. You know, the prophecies are hitting. It's like a background app that's constantly open. It's never sleeping. It's always moving forward. Okay, and go to the Apocrypha. Let me see. You in the right one? There we go. One second. Sorry, Arceum. No, thought it was going to just pop up, which it didn't. It is 16 and 18. This is second Ezra 16 and 18. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Right? And that's where we at. Okay? Because if people can't put the bread on the table no more, it's definitely catastrophe and calamities coming. All right, from Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, because it was written. It says, "Behold, famine and plague, tribulations and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment." Right? Let's look up this word, amendment. Improvement, Middle English in the sense improvement, correction. All right. So that's what's coming. For correction, all these things are going to happen: famine, plague, tribulations, and anguish as scourges. Okay, let's look up this word, scourges. A whip used as an instrument of punishment, a person or thing that caused great trouble or suffering, the scourge of mass unemployment. Look, it says it right there, the scourge of mass unemployment. And that's where it's headed. Okay? Mass unemployment is going to bring famine, plague, tribulations, and anguish for correction, a whooping for correction. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. And that's why a lot of people are about to perish, man. Okay? So it's already going out on the line. The cry is going out. They can't pay their bills. Okay? They can't do the things that they used to do. And that's mainly what it is. That's bothering them. The time for mirth is over in Babylon the Great, man. Like I read in Jeremiah 51, all right? Things are done, man. It's done. Now is the time to turn back to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, all right? And don't be caught out there playing with your lips in the street, going, what do I do? What do I do? That's what a lot of people are going to be doing. Ending up in death. Okay? But we do know, because of the sure word of prophecy, what we're supposed to be doing, right? It's lucky. My computer's freezing here. There we go. Let's get this. Oh yeah, it's going down, man. It's going down. Isaiah 33:6, it says, "And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure." Right? And it doesn't matter what city you live in or what state, all of them are going to get worse. Thus said the Holy Scriptures. Thus saith the Bible. All right? And yeah, through Yahweh Bashim's Yahweh Shai's foretelling, man. Okay? And if you don't have this wisdom and knowledge in your head, okay, at that time, then you're going to, by default, be naked. All right? And when I say that, you're not going to be wise or use wisdom at its proper time. Okay? Because you lack the knowledge, man. And that's what the Lord said. He said, my people are killed for a lack of knowledge. So I just wanted to bring that out, man. This is what time we in. These people are all wearing masks. Pretty soon they won't be able to hold their poker face anymore. Okay? But the elect, we're gonna laugh. We're gonna be fed. Okay? Because the scriptures proclaim all of that. But to these people, all right, that's been putting hell on people since the beginning, all right, of Babylon the Great. They're getting ready to get paid back, and then the rest of the wicked, be it other nations or 2/3 of our people, they're gonna suffer and they're gonna die the horrible death. Right along with this devil right here, these devils. Okay. So it behoove you to repent, come back to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, and get ready to get up out of this place. Okay, Lord's will, you know, because we know, right? We know what's going on. Second Ezra, the 9th chapter, verse 1, it tells you, okay, it's high time to wake out of sleep, check your surroundings, and be a pillar, all right, in the word, man. That's all I gotta say. So with that, Shalom, Abba, and all praises due to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakaka